Thousands of years ago, monstrous beasts surged forth from the black abyss, overwhelming the world with chaos and destruction. Their invasion threatened the very existence of humankind. Just when all hope seemed lost, mysterious monuments appeared. These divine relics became humanity's last chance, offering a beacon of survival. The monuments granted people extraordinary powers through various classes, transforming ordinary individuals into warriors capable of resisting the otherworldly threat. With these powers, humanity launched a fierce resistance. Through countless battles and relentless growth, humans leveled up and pushed back the invaders. Eventually, they drove the beasts into the abyss once more and reclaimed their land from the brink of annihilation. To prepare future generations, cities began selecting talented high school students each year to awaken near the monuments. These students were humanity's next hope in the fight against the remaining abyssal threats. Despite the victories, the Black Abyss still seethes with dangerous creatures. The 53rd Awakening ceremony begins at the Linchin City Monument branch, where students from across the city gather beneath the towering stone to receive their fate. As the instructor announces the ceremony's start, he explains that the monument will assign each student a class based on their hidden talents. The instructor reminds the students that no matter what class they receive, combat or life, they are all expected to serve the country in the future. The responsibility of the nation's future now rests in their hands. After 18 years of study, it's finally their turn to awaken. Some dream of becoming warriors and joining the Union for an easy life and stable income. One student laughs, pointing out that becoming a warrior isn't easy. Their school has only a 50% success rate for students getting combat classes, making the dream a risky gamble. While most are eager and hopeful, others mock Lin Tanhao, who's still asleep. Known as a poor student with little potential, they joke that even a sewage or beast-related class would be a miracle for him. Lin walks toward the ceremony platform, wondering what class he'll receive. Despite being ranked last in his school, he has finally made it to this crucial moment. A classmate jokingly asks what class he's aiming for. Tanhao responds that his dream is to awaken an S-level talent or a hidden class. The others burst into laughter, mocking his ambition. They remind him of his low ranking and doubt he'll even qualify for a basic life class. Recalling his previous C-grade evaluation as Lin stares at his stats low across all categories, he silently admits the truth. By the system standards, he truly is seen as worthless. Despite being labeled as a failure, Lin Tianhao doesn't give up. With determination in his eyes, he wonders why he can't rise like a phoenix and defy everyone's expectations. He reminds himself that if time travel was possible, then miracles might be too. No matter how slim the chances, he still hopes to awaken with a powerful class. The ceremony continues as students from Class 2 of Linchin City's first school are called to the stage. The first name is announced. Wang Dong steps forward confidently, while Tanha watches silently from behind. As Wang Dong steps forward, he glares back at Tiana with disdain, vowing to prove himself by earning a class right in front of him. The instructor explains that the class awakening process takes about 5 seconds. Any discomfort is normal, and students must remain calm during it. Wang Dong places his hand on the monument. Energy pulses outward as golden light spirals around him. Bathed in radiant light, Wang Dong's awakening succeeds. He feels the power of the holy light surging through him as his class is confirmed. Wang Dong's awakening is successful, and he roars with pride upon receiving the warrior class. His talent is rated at C level, but he's still overjoyed. Though the talent level isn't high, C rank is still considered decent among ordinary people. He's advised to report to the city's Union Center to begin training for his new role. Wang Dong thanks the officials as he accepts his assignment. Watching from the crowd, several girls cheer for Wang Dong. Impressed by his class, they flirt and express envy, calling his warrior path stable and admirable. Wang Dong proudly shows off his newly received class, basking in attention from nearby girls. He mocks Lin Tanhao, pretending not to notice him until now. Wang Dong continues insulting Tanhao, calling him a loser in front of everyone. Chanhao remains calm, but reflects on how Wang Dong has always picked on him, and now as a warrior, it might only get worse. Wang's lackeys corner Chanha, blaming him for bumping into their big brother and demanding he apologize. They question his cold demeanor and try to provoke him further. As they laugh and mock, Wang Dong decides to spare Tanhao just for today. Meanwhile, Tanha silently thinks, if a bully like Wang Dong became a warrior, what could fate have in store for him? As Lin Tanha walks toward the platform, others whisper and mock him, calling him the loser of the class. They compare him to Wang Dong and scoff at the idea of him getting a decent class. The announcer calls his name for the awakening. Tanhao steps forward and raises his hand, calmly responding while the crowd watches with curiosity. He approaches the monument, his mind filled with silent hopes. He tells himself that any class will do as long as it's something that gives him a chance. Whether it's combat, mage, or even a support class, Tanha is ready to accept whatever comes. All he wants is a chance to prove himself. Lim Chanhao whispers a single desperate word, please. He steps forward and places his hand on the monument. Lightning begins to spark from the surface as energy flows toward him. A surge of power erupts at the point of contact. In an instant, a massive burst of light explodes from the monument, engulfing Tanha's blinding energy. His awakening has begun. As the golden light engulfs him, Tanha stares in disbelief. He wonders if this brightness signals the moment his life finally begins to change. The sudden surge of energy shocks the observers. Even the staff begins to panic slightly, realizing something unusual is happening before their eyes. One of the announcers steps forward. She tells Chanhao that fate has spoken and now his class is about to be revealed. The result appears Chanhao has awakened as a summoner. The crowd bursts into laughter. They mock him, calling it the most useless class due to its expensive cost and weak returns. Some say it's even worse than getting a life class. Suddenly, a notification chimes. A voice announces that the host's awakening has been detected, revealing a hidden element tied to his class. A system interface appears, Abyss Lord System. It explains that by binding with the Abyss Lord, Chanhao can randomly awaken an SSS-level Abyss talent every 10 levels. Yanhao stands stunned as the system interface fades. He questions the reality of it all. Did he just receive a system capable of granting SSS-level talents? He does the math in his head. 1 SSS-level talent every 10 levels. That means 10 total by level 100. The potential is overwhelming. As part of the ceremony, the staff hands him a card used for registration and monitoring. The instructor announces that Tanha will now begin SSS-level talent extraction, a term that leaves him wide-eyed with disbelief. Tanha receives a system message. Congratulations, you've obtained the SSS-level talent, Demon Sacrifice. His eyes widen with shock. The system explains. This ability allows him to sacrifice part of his maximum HP permanently to instantly level up and demonize his summons with power from hell. Tianhao processes the cost. Losing HP permanently sounds risky, but the idea of strengthening his summons quickly is tempting. He reassures himself. As a summoner, he won't be fighting directly. If his summons are strong enough, and with future equipment to boost HP, the trade-off is worth it. The system states that sacrificing 100 GP raises a summon by 1 level. With 100 GP total, Tanha plans to use 900, keeping just enough for survival. He realizes this allows him to instantly boost his summon to level 9. The potential is thrilling, but he knows he must use it cautiously. The teacher encourages him not to feel discouraged, reminding him that there are other paths, even if a class seems weak. Tanga thanks her with confidence, expressing his belief that he can still make a difference. Though her smile is supportive, she quietly doubts his chances. As the ceremony ends, students around Tianhao continue mocking him. They say being a summoner is pointless and he should just give up. He walks through the crowd silently, absorbing their ridicule. But deep inside, he makes a vow to rise above them all as a summoner who stands at the top of the world. Later that day, Tang Hao returns home. His younger sister rushes to greet him. Eager to know what class he awakened, he replies, Summoner. Tanhao's sister hesitates, asking if the class he received is the one widely known as useless. He simply replies, yes. Trying to lift his spirits, she reassures him that next year, when she awakens her own class, she'll become a powerful mage and protect him instead. Tang Hao listens quietly, gazing at her with soft eyes. Tang Hao playfully messes with his sister, telling her not to worry. He's a strong summoner now. All she needs to do is focus on keeping herself safe. She pouts and complains that he's bullying her again. As Chanho leaves the room, she shouts that he always treats her like a kid. Just then, Chanho receives a notification on his phone. It's a message summoning students with new combat classes to attend a gathering. But instead of overthinking it, he decides to deal with it later. The class instructor announces the results. 5 students received combat classes, 8 became mages, 11 turned into support types, and only 1, Lin Chanhe, became a summoner. Wang Dong and his friend mock Chanhao once again, calling him a hopeless loser. They laugh, claiming his life is already over just because of his class. Later, the teacher acknowledges that Tanha's situation is unique. He offers him a special book for summoners that might help guide him. As he hands over the book, the teacher reassures Chanhao that he can come to him if he faces any trouble. Chanhao looks at the thick layer of dust on the summoner guidebook and laughs awkwardly. The teacher explaining that the school needs to collect data on their classes. He pleads with them not to embarrass him in front of the others. Outside, a testing ground is set up. Students from different classes begin arriving for evaluation. The instructor announces the beginning of the class talent test. One of the students excitedly volunteers to go first for the class talent test, stepping up with confidence and a wooden staff. He strikes with full force, scoring 73 points. The instructor praises his result, calling it a solid start, and encourages him to keep improving. Next up is Wang Dong. With a powerful swing, he smashes the target and lights up the score with an impressive 89 points. The teacher commends Wang Dong, suggesting he might be the top of the class. Tanhao is called up next, stepping forward with determination. He stares at the summoning device and recalls some basic techniques from the dusty book his teacher gave him, though he's never tested them before. Realizing he has no other choice, Chonhao decides to give it his best shot and attempts to summon using the incantation. He begins chanting the summoning spell from the book. Tanhao stands firm as energy swirls violently around him. The powerful aura surprises everyone. The teacher recognizes the stance and becomes alarmed, while the others back away in shock. As the energy surges higher, students wonder what Tanhao is summoning. To everyone's disbelief, a small, cute blue slime pops out with a cheerful cry, leaving the crowd stunned. Tanhao stares blankly at the slime he just summoned. The crowd erupts in laughter. They mock him, saying, "A cute little slime won't survive a fight, let alone kill monsters." Still stunned, Tanha questions if this harmless-looking creature is truly what he summoned. The slime status is revealed. Level 1, 500 GP, 9 attack power with basic skills like corrosive slime and slime spit. It has no equipment. Jinhao is frustrated seeing his slime only has 9 attack power, barely enough to be taken seriously. Suddenly, the teacher tells everyone to check the talent scoreboard. The displayed result confirms it just 9 points. The teacher awkwardly announces it while others react in disbelief. Despite the humiliation, the teacher tries to comfort Tanhao, saying 9 points is better than nothing, but the crowd around them bursts into mocking laughter. Tanhao asks the teacher for another chance. This time, he's determined to show his true power. He prepares to use his secret ability and SSS level skill called Demon Sacrifice, targeting his slime for enhancement. A system prompt appears: offer Demon Sacrifice. Without hesitation, he selects yes, deciding to use 200 GP to boost it. Meanwhile, the crowd mocks him, thinking another attempt is useless. Tanhao's HP drops from 100 to 800 as he activates Demon Sacrifice. A red aura surges around the slime, shocking everyone. The slime rides in pain as dark energy engulfs it. Its body begins to mutate under the power of the sacrifice. The crowd stares in disbelief. Even the arrogant warrior from earlier is stunned by the transformation happening before them. With a violent burst of energy, the slime's body erupts, signaling a monstrous evolution no one expected. Tanhao stares at the transformed creature in disbelief. His weak slime has become a terrifying blood-red demonized slime. Its new stats reveal a massive boost. Level 3, HP 1000, 200 and an attack power soaring up to 120. New skills include Demonic Dance. Tanhao orders attack. The demonized slime lunges forward at lightning speed. The ground erupts as the slime slams into the target with devastating power. The demonized slime crashes into the target with explosive force, sending shockwaves across the arena. The score display lights up 120 points. The crowd stares in stunned silence before gasping in disbelief. Tanhao stands calmly as the number flashes behind him. The crowd erupts in shock. He just outscored everyone. Whispers spread, "No way. He scored more than Big Brother Dong." Even the instructor can't hide his amazement. Dong grits his teeth in disbelief. He refuses to accept that Lin Chanhao scored higher than him. He recalls a legendary person who only scored 101, yet Lin just got 120. Accusations begin. He must have cheated. A student questions how Chanhao went from 9 to 120 so suddenly. Tonga thinks to himself, yes, he tampered, but only through his skill, not the machine. The teacher listens to the crowd and admits their logic seems valid. Casting doubt on Tanha, Tanghao steps forward, defending himself. "Teacher, I didn't cheat." He walks with the teacher toward the test machine, slime by his side. The teacher stares at the machine, deep in thought. The teacher boldly declares that Lin Chanha didn't cheat. It was a machine malfunction. Wang Dong scoffs to himself, convinced Chanhao couldn't have surpassed him legitimately. Another student demands Chanha's score be dismissed. The crowd insists the first 9-point result is what counts. While staff inspect the testing machine, wondering if it had been damaged by a student during the chaos. A technician inspects the testing machine and wonders if the powerful external force came from a new genius student. Lin Tanhao exits the area and encounters an old man at the school gates. The man suddenly praises him, saying he has great potential to become a summoner. Confused, Lin Chanhao finds her words oddly familiar, but responds politely. He offers Lin Tanhao a top-tier summoner staff for 300 gold coins. Shocked, Lin complains it's just a stick and accuses her of robbing him. He insists it's a special offer only for him, claiming she'd never sell it even for 3,000 to someone else. Curious, Lin holds the staff and is surprised he can feel a strong power radiating from it. Lin Tanhao decides to buy the staff, thinking summoner gear is rare and worth it. The old man insists the price is 300 gold coins. Shocked, Lin realizes he only has 92 coins and panics. He nervously asks for a discount, offering all he has 92 coins. The man accepts the 92 coins as a deposit, claiming it's fate. He tells Lin Chanhao to retrieve a treasure from the Black Abyss if he wants the staff. Frustrated, Lin wonders if he just got an NPC-style side quest. He receives a paper slip and is told he'll understand everything once he reaches the maze's deepest part. The man insists Lin Tiana place his handprint on the IU, pushing him to finalize the deal. With no way out, he reluctantly stamps the paper, sealing the agreement. The man cheerfully reminds him of the terms while Lin stands blankly in silent regret. As he walks away gloomily, someone approaches and calls out to the old lady, referring to her as Elder Fang. A teacher explains the test has been terminated due to machine failure and asks Elder Fang if she knows Lin Tanha. Elder Fang confirms he's from her class and expresses concern over his summoner class, predicting a tough road ahead. With a smile, she repeats that the journey for him will be very difficult. Meanwhile, Lin Chanhao arrives at the entrance of the Cold Valley Abyss, at the towering gateway, and confirms it's the entrance to the first level of the Black Abyss. He learns it's called the Cold Valley Abyss and requires a team of 3-5 people with level restrictions. He realizes he can't enter alone. He checks the Cold Valley Abyss clearance ranking list on the screen. The top rank belongs to Fang Chen Yun, and the system states that top rankers receive valuable rewards each month. Lin Tiana reads the reward details. The first place earns a gold newbie breastplate with 30% armor and a 120 GP boost, a great item for beginners. He realizes the HP boost matches his own limit, pushing him to aim for first place on the list. A group mocks him for scoring only 9 points and questions his presence at the dungeon entrance. Recognizing the group, Lin Tanhao frowns and mutters, "Them again?" The group mocks Lin Tanhao, questioning why a summoner would even come to the Black Abyss and telling him to go home. Lin Tanhao shuts them down, saying it's none of their business. They taunt him again, reminding him that entry requires a team of 3. Loudly, they promote themselves to nearby players, trying to form a party with their C-level warrior and 2 E-level mages. Spectators get excited after hearing there's a seal warrior. They believe they're safe now. A crowd rushes in to join the party, shouting over each other. Fire mages and priests offer their cold resistance buffs to get picked. The C-rank warrior arrogantly selects members from the crowd. His allies praise him loudly, calling him unmatched, and declaring they'll aim for first place in this run. Another group hears about the ranking challenge and eagerly prepares to compete. Multiple teams begin entering the Black Abyss portal. Suddenly, bones and a skull come flying out of the portal, shocking everyone nearby. The crowd freezes in fear, realizing someone just died inside, and it could have been them. The man warns his teammates that falling behind will lead to death, scaring the weaker members into silence. With an excitement, the group charges toward the portal to enter the Black Abyss. Lin Tanhao watches silently as the team steps into the dangerous rift ahead of him. Lin Tanhao calmly notes that 2 of them are likely walking to their deaths. Lin Tanhao acknowledges that while the dead can be resurrected, it's extremely costly, so survival is the smarter strategy. His identity is revealed: Lin Tanhao, a level 1 summoner with Rare's level talent. Some players notice his rank and suggest teaming up only to instantly dismiss him after realizing he's a summoner. Despite his high potential, everyone around avoids him, viewing him as a weak link not worth teaming with. Lin Chanha scans the crowd and notices a quiet girl holding a harp. Her name is Lizu, a level 1 bard with E-rank talent, unfortunately not high enough to provide meaningful buffs. Lin observes her condition and realizes she's likely been waiting for a team for days, just like him. Despite her low stats, he steps forward and politely asks her if she wants to team up. Lizu is surprised to learn Lin is an S-level summoner and hesitates when he asks her to join him. He smiles and extends his hand, explaining that no one else wants to team up with a summoner. Though unsure, Lizu can't resist the offer and agrees. Thinking it would be a waste to reject such a good-looking teammate, they officially form a team. Lin introduces himself, and Lizu shyly responds, sealing their partnership with a handshake. Lin assures Lizu that he'll handle all the monster fighting, asking her only to focus on protecting herself. She blushes and swoons at his kindness, quickly agreeing to do her best not to be a burden. They now search for one more member to complete their team. Nearby adventurers notice Lizu and rush over, hoping to join just to be near her, calling her goddess. Su Kinger, the school belle, and a powerful druid with a ranked talent, arrives and instantly draws everyone's attention. Lin Tanhao recognizes her from school and seems surprised to see her here. Su Kinger recognizes Lin Tanha too, recalling his reputation as a loser and is shocked he ended up in the summoner class. She hesitates to team up with him, worried that being associated with a trash class summoner might hurt her image. While Lin is left confused, she suddenly declares she wants to join Lin Tanha's team, catching everyone off guard with her charm. Lin, stunned, confirms if she really means him. While the surrounding crowd erupts in jealousy and disbelief, she confirms it's him and holds his hands, shocking everyone further with how boldly she aligns herself with a summoner. The crowd explodes in rage. wondering why the school goddess would join someone they all see as weak. She reveals her motive. She needs 2 accessories to compete for rankings. If she can take them to first place, others will stop looking down on her. Lin and Lu are stunned as Su Kinger refers to them as accessories, leaving them speechless and slightly offended. She calls out impatiently, telling them to hurry up and follow her into the black abyss. Lin realizes their party now consists of 2 women and himself, questioning if it's really just the 3 of them. She states bluntly that no one else is worth adding. If there's danger, they should retreat and leave it to her. Lizu nervously agrees. The group steps into the cold valley abyss. Su Kinger and Lin both feel the chill, realizing even their warm clothes are no help in this dungeon. Lin notes that the cold is much harsher than expected, and their preparations are useless in this environment. Lizu revealing she knows a basic cold resistance buff that could help them endure the harsh temperature. Lizu activates her cold resistance buff by playing her harp, surrounding the team in a warm golden aura. Su Kinger, feeling its effect, acknowledges her usefulness, and Lin looks pleased. With the buff active, the team begins moving deeper into the cold valley abyss. Unbeknownst to them, something with glowing red eyes watches silently from the shadows of the forest. Lin Chanhao narrows his eyes as a corrupted black wolf appears, its details displayed: 400 GP, plague skill, and twisted form. The monster steps into view, and Lin confirms it's a low-level Cold Valley Abyss creature, corrupted wandering wolf. Su Kinger's eyes light up with excitement. She declares it's the perfect time to test her skills. With a crackle of lightning, she activates her power. She activates her beast form, Civet Cat transforming with glowing blue energy. Lin Tanha watches in shock, recognizing it as a half-beast form, possibly linked to the druid class. She dashes forward with incredible speed, energy trailing behind her. With claws drawn, she lunges straight at the corrupted wolf. She slashes through the corrupted wolf with a powerful claw strike, inflicting heavy scaling damage. Blood numbers show escalating impact. Lin Tanha notes her attacks have a bleeding effect, while Li Zhu is amazed by Kinger's strength. A reward window appears. Wolf skins and fangs can be sold for gold. Su Kinger thanks the bard for her cold resistance buff by offering the loot, saying she doesn't like owing favors. Lu declines the gift, saying there's no need, visibly flustered by the gesture. After defeating the previous wolf, the group moves forward. Lin Chanha glances back quietly while the bard and Su Kinger sit on the fallen wolf's corpse. Up ahead, several more corrupted wolves appear. Su Kinger dashes forward in her beast form, ready to strike first. In a flurry of glowing slashes, she slices through the pack with lightning precision. She is slightly wounded after taking on 3 wolves at once. She silently pushes herself, thinking she must win first place no matter what. Li Zhu notices her injury and offers to cast a low-level healing spell, concerned about her condition, but Su Kinger dismisses it, saying her spell wouldn't help much and she should conserve mana. Instead of accepting healing magic, Su Kinger pulls out a potion and breaks the seal with a snap. She drinks the glowing green potion, immediately surrounded by a soft aura of healing energy as her wounds begin to mend. Lin Tanhao gives a reassuring smile to Li Zhu. They continue advancing through the cold valley. She senses something and looks up. Suddenly, a glowing purple magic circle appears. Su Kinger immediately senses danger and curses under her breath. A massive shadow falls from the sky with crushing force. The impact slams into the ground with brutal intensity, sending Su Kinger flying backward as the others brace themselves. It's a level 4 corrupted zombie born from the remains of undead wolves. Su Kinger panics as she realizes she's facing an elite monster, something she wasn't prepared for. Li Zhu trembles, recognizing the threat. She's stunned that a hidden elite has appeared in this area. While Lin Tanha House suspects it's a result of Su Kinger killing too many corrupted wolves, the elite zombie charges with immense speed and power, catching Su Kinger off guard. She tries to react, but is overwhelmed by its speed. The monster smashes the ground, unleashing a shockwave that disrupts the terrain and sends ice shards flying.